Hi, hello, welcome to IS Factors Daily Mains Challenge. And today we are at date 8 with me, Arjun R. Shankar. And I'm glad that you're all writing your answers, and I've been receiving a lot of answers uh, to just evaluate your answers and see how you're writing. We're very happy to receive all the answers and keep writing. Appreciations to all who are making the effort. So let's start today's session. Meanwhile, do subscribe to our channel and follow us on Telegram. And let's start the concept. 20 minutes timer is with you. You can go on with the timer and we'll discuss today's topic. Here we go. Guru Teg Bahadur Ji, GTB. We normally call it as a short form. So the Delhi government has also declared 25 November as the holiday to mark Shahidi Divas of Guru Teg Bahadur. So the whole of the country is celebrating the martyrdom of Guru Teg Bahadur. So in this context, we'll actually discuss a question for GS paper 1, especially from history, or you can even treat it as modern India question. So what has Teg Bahadur done, Guru Teg Bahadur's contribution? You should know about all this. So there are a lot of articles in the newspaper. Punjab CM invites people to join events to mark Guru Teg Bahadur's martyrdom anniversary. Delhi was planning to give us a holiday. And even you have an article from the Hindu, 350th martyrdom of Guru Teg Bahadur to be marked with major events in Hyderabad too. So undoubtedly, the whole of the country is celebrating this. In this context, we should be understanding about who Guru Teg Bahadur was, and he was even called as the braves of the sword. And after he showed exceptional valor in the Battle of Kartarpur in 1635. So you almost get an idea regarding the timeline. So first of all, as students of civil services, you should decode who GTB was all about, who Guru Teg Bahadur was all about, what was his contribution, why is he famous, why are we still remembering this person, what are the contribution. That is the first general thing. And definitely do give some thought regarding the philosophical ideas. He was called as the Hind Di Chadar. That means he was the protector of India. And there are some key spiritual ideas that you can find in the Guru Granth Sahib, especially from 115 hymns, and some of the philosophical thoughts that he had, like the liberation through remembrance of God, uh, take the Naam. That all these are very important. So give some importance to the philosophical ideas that Guru Teg Bahadur had. And obviously, he was the ninth Sikh Guru. This gives you another important thing. I'm asking you to just go through the names of the most important 10 gurus who were the Sikh gurus. Even in prelims exam, you might get a question where we get an option to eliminate which of the following are who are the following are the Sikh gurus. Maybe 4 to 5 options. You need to eliminate them one by one. So having a good idea on that is very important. So, becoming the ninth Guru, understand what was his contribution as a Guru, as a main Sikh Guru, and how did he contribute to the spread of Sikhism? He has created a lot of important Sikh centers like Anandpur Sahib, Patna Sahib, Talwandi Sabo, and even created the Sangats. He strengthened the community networks. So, what was his spread? How did he help in the spread of Sikhism is something that you have to understand. And the most important one being the historical context under Aurangzeb. This is one such area that you should be really knowing about. How did Guru Teg Bahadur and Aurangzeb's relation go back in history? What are the important things? Very, very important. Go through that. And there was a time when even the Kashmiri Pandits came to Guru Teg Bahadur. So that is a brief intervention in probably 1675 when a Kashmiri Brahmins led by Pandit Kirparam Datta, because they were given an ultimatum by the Mughal people either to convert into Islam or face execution or death. So, how did he support the Kashmiri Pandits? And the most important part, his arrest and later his martyrdom. How was he killed? How was the arrest? How did the equations go up back in the history? You need to have a special idea on this. And why do we consider Guru Teg Bahadur's sacrifice as very, very unique in the history of India, especially with the perspective of Sikh people in India, the Sikh community? Why was his martyrdom so unique about this? And what were the other things that we should learn from his life? There are so many things when you analyze, especially in the contemporary India. This is one such area which UPSC can ask questions, especially in the mains. When you study history or any subject, note to have a comparative study or a hypothetical way of imagining things, like if Guru Tegh Bahadur's life was to be taken, how do you think he must have influenced the modern, current, contemporary society? So these are some of the themes or the mindset that a UPSC aspirant definitely wants. Okay, so and what is the legacy and impact that he left on the Sikh community is again an important area. So let's go into the question now. Day 8, 10 marks, 150 words, 2-page answer. To what extent can Guru Tegh Bahadur's martyrdom be seen as one of the earliest defenses of human rights and freedom of conscience in Indian history? This is a bit interpretative question that I've given. Rather than asking who was Guru Tegh Bahadur, write down his legacy. Learn to write such questions too, because these questions definitely give you an idea to have an interpretative mind and interpretative writing, where you need to analyze Guru Tegh Bahadur's martyrdom to be as a response to the earliest defenses of human rights and freedom of conscience. So, as a person who was heading a big community in those times, especially during the Mughal times, how do you visualize Guru Tegh Bahadur's martyrdom as a defense against preserving and conserving the human rights of the people and also the freedom of conscience? So this is a wonderful question. If you're able to analyze and come to a conclusion in terms of this interpretative mind, I'm sure you'll be able to write a lot of questions, real questions in the UPSC mains question, because this is not an easy thing to write. Maybe if you start working on this mindset right now, it can be very helpful. So 2 pages, write down the question. So keep continuing and do subscribe to our channel IS Factor, and see you tomorrow with the next topic. Thank you. Take care.